So it's Danny Flex, and delighted to be joined by Mark Heffron for Seconds Out. The British title challenger, we can say now that we know the belt's on the line for the big rematch.
Yeah.
Denzel Bentley on the 13th of November.
Yeah.
I guess the first question is the first fight between you and Denzel. You must have watched it back. How many times have you watched it back? And did your opinion change at all?
Watched it about 10 times. Now my opinion's still the exact same. I won about at least six or seven of the 10 rounds. Yes, and that's definitely like the rounds that Denzel won. It was obviously the round where he clipped me and I went down. Wasn't hurt at all, but the rounds that he did win, there was like very close rounds. You know what I mean?
When you were dropped early on, like you said, it was more off balance than anything else. But did you feel you had to chase the fight after that?
No, not really. No, because obviously I put the pressure on him anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because that was the plan, to put it on him, like, and yeah, that was it. But yeah, after when I got up off the floor, I did that for the rest of that round. Yeah, I did chase him a bit that round. Yeah.
So when you're at the end of the fight and you're waiting for the decision to be announced by the MC, was there any doubt in your mind that you got it?
Yeah, no, there was no doubt at all. Not at all. I thought I won the fight. The referee even said it was a good fight, but he had me winning it. Do you know what I mean?
So you must have been pretty shocked and obviously disappointed as well when you heard the announcement.
I was devastated, man. But lucky enough, we've got the rematch. Do you know what I mean? If it didn't end up a draw, I might not have boxed again until next year. So I think it being a draw has got me another fight this year. So
and now the British title's on the line as well, because you've had that extra 2 months and it's become vacant. So that's pretty fortunate as well.
Definitely, mate. And there's definitely much harder fights out there for a British title than, you know what I mean, than Denzel Bentley. So it's a bit of a bonus, really. You know what I mean? I've definitely got the beating of Denzel, and I want to beat him definitely next time, good and proper.
Seeing as you thought you beat him clearly the first time, how do you approach the rematch? Like, what will you change? Because you felt you did enough anyway.
You'll see on the night.
I walked into that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's only 2 months between the two fights. Is that a bit of a bonus, really? Is that there's no time to get out of shape? There's no time to even get out of the gym? You're kind of maybe a week off and straight back in?
Yeah. I didn't even have a week off. I had a few days off me, and then obviously I ate like a pig for a few days, so I felt a bit rubbish in it. So I ended up with like three days after the fight. 4 days after the fight, I was back out running, putting the miles in. I love being in the gym. I'm always in the gym. Do you know what I mean? So
you looked in great shape for the first fight. Probably, one of the best you've looked in your career physically.
Yeah,
is there any more you could do for the rematch physically?
Well, there's for that fight, I'd only been with Michael Jennings 1 week. I was with him for a week, and then we got the fight date put to us, and we had like 4 weeks. So I was only with Michael like 5 weeks for that fight, and we didn't really get to work on much. Do you know what I mean? It was basically just getting fit, and then, do you know what I mean? There was not even really a plan. Do you know what I mean, for the fight? But now I've had I spent a lot of time with Michael for the fight, and maybe we'll put proper game plan together. We've had proper, obviously, because we thought Denzel was going to come at us and have a fight. So the sparring we had was come forward sparring and no southpaw sparring really. But this time we've had come forward sparring. We've had a lot of sparring, like the sparring partners moving. We've had southpaw sparring in. We pretty much covered every corner now. Do you know what I mean? So more than ready, and I'm very confident in going into the rematch.
And just tell us a little bit, I know you don't want to give away strategy or anything, but in terms of just general technique and stuff, what sort of stuff is Michael Jennings and Dave as well looking to improve in you?
Well, there's loads of things like using my jab. I've always neglected the jab. Do you know what I mean? The jab's the key to boxing, and I've always had a good jab, but I've never used it. I've always admired my boxing. I've always got used to people dropping and landing big shots and admiring my shots. And so I mean, like now we're working a lot on combination and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Not just looking for that one shot and admiring it. Do you know what I mean? So there's loads of things that we've been working on, and even little small things that they've tweaked, and these little small things, the big things, you know what I mean?
And we talked earlier, the British title's going to be on the line. Liam Williams has vacated, so
Yeah.
it'll be up for grabs in the rematch. Is the British title something that you've grown up wanting to win and thinking about, or is it more of a stepping stone to bigger belts?
Mate, I've always wanted that British title. Every British fighter wants that British title, do you know what I mean? So, mate, when I win that, that's going to be like a world title to me, you know what I mean? And then we'll move on from there. But the British title, I want to win that, and I want to win it outright, do you know what I mean?
Is there any fighter from when you were growing up that when you think of the British title, you think of them?
No, not really. No, but to be honest, you won't believe this, but I don't really watch boxing. Me, do you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I believe it. A lot of boxers say it.
Pardon?
I said, no, I believe you. A lot of boxers say that they're not massive fans of the sport, like outside their own fights.
The only time I watch boxing, me, really, is when someone like Floyd Mayweather was on, or Miguel Cotto, or Canelo, or Golovkin. They're the only time I watch fighting, like. But other than that, I don't really watch it.
And you said it's something you've always wanted to win. Where would, not so much a victory over Denzel, because you felt you won the first fight anyway, but where would winning that British title put you in terms of your career plan, if you like?
Well, it's going to put me up there in the British, obviously in the big British fights. You know what I mean? Like the likes of fighting Felix Cash. They're the fights that I want to be in. Do you know what I mean? They're big 50-50 fights. Do you know what I mean? And they're the fights I want to be in. Do you know what I mean? And Denzel is a good stepping stone for these. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I want to be in them fights. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting because Felix Cash, it was mentioned in the board orders that the winner of your fight with Denzel needs to be ready to, waive grace, I think is what they say, and defend it at short notice against, well, not short notice, but defend it without another fight in between against Felix Cash for the Commonwealth title. What do you make of Felix Cash? Unbeaten so far. Has looked pretty impressive last few fights.
Very good fighter, Felix Cash. He's a good boxer, good come forward fighter. He pretty much ticks all the boxes, to be honest. Yeah, he's a good fighter and a rate, Felix Cash.
Is the ultimate goal, though, to get up and compete at world level, as for most fighters it is? Because especially earlier in your pro career, everyone was talking about you, particularly about the power, but also about the all-round game as well. And it seemed like you had, and I'm assuming still have, quite lofty ambitions.
Yeah, well, the British title, I want to win this outright, and then do you know what I mean? I want the Commonwealth as well. Do you know what I mean? So obviously Felix Cash has got that. So when I beat Denzel, then we'll get it on me, and Felix Cash will get it on, and I definitely think I'll beat Felix Cash as well, and then British and Commonwealth champion, and I'd like to win the British outright, and then move on to European, and then do you know what I mean? And the European champion now, I forgot his name, but I seen a bit of him the other month, and I think I've got the beating of him as well.
Now you've got a pretty big fan base. I bet you can't wait for the crowds to come back, can you?
Yeah, well, get this British title one, and hopefully we had a bit. Me and my manager Kevin, we had a meeting with the guy at Oldham Athletics football ground.
Okay.
So maybe be amazing to headline the show at Oldham Athletics. That'd be unreal as well.
Are they obviously, I know you're from Oldham, but are they a team that you followed as well? Are you a big football fan?
I'm not a football fan, but when I was a kid, me and my mates, we used to climb over the thing, and we used to go in for being idiots, and sneaking in. We used to go and watch Oldham Athletics when we were kids.
You owe them then, really. You should have paid. I said you owe them then, really, don't you? You'll have to give them a big fee to use the ground to make up for it. Hopefully they won't watch this. No, but it's good stuff, and when the crowds do come back, I think everyone's looking forward to the crowds coming back. But for someone like yourself, you've built up a fan base as well. It must be especially like a big desire for them to come back. Now you're approaching title class as well.
Definitely, mate. I sell a hell of a lot of tickets. I do like 600-700 tickets. You know what I mean? So when the crowds do come back, it's going to be amazing, mate. And especially when I've got this British title, that's going to be. It's like a dream come true.
And I wanted to ask you as well, what's Ronnie up to? We haven't heard from him since he retired.
I see him every night. He comes to my house nearly every night. But he's talks to Ronnie coming back as well, and hopefully I can get him in Michael's gym with us in there as well, because he's perfect style for Michael. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fights similar to how Michael used to fight, and I think Michael will be able to take him to the top as well. Because Ronnie, like since the fight with Williams, like he's always been in the gym. Like he's in the gym every night. He's punching the bags and that. He's fit. He don't drink. Don't smoke. So Ronnie's he's very fit. Ronnie, and yeah, as soon as all this corona stuff's over, I think he's definitely going to be coming back. Yeah.
Oh, great stuff. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Just before I let you go, just tell people out there how they can find you on the different social media platforms so they can find out a bit more about you.
Yeah, you find me on Twitter at Mark Heffron 91, Instagram Mark Heffron, yeah, and I'm on Facebook as well. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, well, best of luck in the rematch. Obviously, November 13th, we'll all be tuning in.
Thank you very much.
I look forward to it.
Down, thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, Mark. Take care.
Down, bye-bye, mate.
Bye.